Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel for another design team project for Kraftgali. Today's project we are playing with N&T Tangled's Snow Fun, and I am coloring on craft cardstock using Prismacolor colored pencils. And I would just like to start off with this video and say I am so disappointed in myself for taking this long to color with colored pencils on craft cardstock. What was I doing? I was living under a rock. It is so much fun. It's like magic. Like you stamp your images and it's the color of the cardstock, and then it's not. Really cool. Okay, maybe you'll get as excited about this as me, I don't know. So I am going to use my Mini Misty and some VersaFine Clair Onyx Black, or excuse me, Nocturne ink. And I'm going to stamp that out onto my craft base. Now this is a true one-layer card. Now and by that I mean, when I say true, this is like our own definitions, right? But it means that there's no layers of cardstock on top. This is my holder for my colored pencils. I love it. Keeps them all compartmentalized. And this is a Prismacolor sharpener that I'm using. I'm sure any pencil sharpener, well, I can't be sure. I'm not going to be sure that any pencil sharpener will do. You can give it a shot. I don't use a regular one. I use the Prismacolor one. So I can't tell you with fact that they all work the same. If someone below uses a regular pencil sharpener that they get from Crayola, let us know, because we're all about saving $1. Okay, so I am going through and using the white, and these Prismacolor pencils, I think there's a couple factors here you have to take into consideration. Number one, it's the pencil. How good are your colored pencils? Prismacolors are amazing. Their reviews are off the charts. Professional colorists use them. But also the paper. This paper right here was, this is the Nina Desert Storm, I believe. And it is going on so smooth. It was really easy actually to color. I only had to put down a couple layers. These images are not huge, and I didn't have a ton to color. And so it did not take me as long as I anticipated that it would. So now this is the first of the two cards that I'm coloring. I'm going to show you the coloring of this one, but then the pictures throughout this video are actually going to be the second card that I did. I learned a couple things along the way with the colored pencils. I usually use Arteza markers or alcohol markers to color. And so shading with colored pencils is slightly different. So with colored pencils, you want to build up your wax. And for example, here with the sign, what I did on the second one was much better. So what I did was I took the lighter color and I covered it up just very lightly, light hand. Then I took the darker color and put shading areas where I would want the shading. Then I took my blender pencil and blended it all together. So when you're looking at the picture of the final card, you'll see there's actual shading on the sign. So it's much, much better. And here I'll show you a close-up of that. So right here you can see how that came out. On the card I'm coloring in the video, it did not come out this shaded. So that's the tip there, is light color, soft hand, darker color for shading, and then blender pencil or Gamsol to blend all that in, and you'll keep the shading, if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. I'm sorry that I didn't record that. So now I'm just going to move on, and I'm going to color my little snowman's hat, and I'm going to be using in dark red and a little bit more of an orangey or tomato red, and then my blender pencil here, and that's going to try to smooth that out. I love the blender pencil. I think it's brilliant. I think it works beautifully. I actually have Gamsol, but I have not used it yet. But this project today really put me on the groove to do a lot more colored pencil coloring. So I'm excited about that because I just kind of neglected them. They've been sitting up on the shelf, and it's about time they get played with. So when you see me in my storage case, I have a lot more colored pencils than is necessary. Actually, there's a double of almost every color. And the reason for that is last year there at AC Moore, they were selling 36 packs like 36 to a pack for $10. That's insane. So of course I have issues and I couldn't not buy them. And so I did giveaways last year, and I think I bought like 4 sets. One for my husband, one for me, and 2 to give away. Yeah, it's terrible. But it's such a good price. So that's why you'll see so many pencils in there, but it's not necessary to have all those. Anyway, the 36 pack really is great because you're going to get the darker and the lighter of the shades. So it's sufficient. So here I'm extending the snow across the scene here. And I love the front of this card because I didn't have to do any masking, and I used up all the images from the set. So that was a lot of fun. This is a smaller set, so the price point is great. And I get a full A2 size card here. So don't underestimate any of your small sets because, yeah, I mean, you can get exactly what you need from them. So right here, I am filling in and drawing in some lines to kind of make it look consistent throughout the card, just like the stamped image has those lines underneath the snowman. And so I'm just adding those myself. Okay, so I get that colored up, and now I'm adding the sentiment. So I should have stopped here, but I stamped with some Stampin' Up! Craft White ink, and then I covered it with black ink. And that was the Nocturne ink from VersaFine Claire. And I wanted to get that shading type of look. So I don't hate it, but I really think that the white was perfect the way it was. So I add some snowflakes to my card. This is, again, the first of the 2 cards. And then I'm going to color in, actually, I stamped out the present that was in the set. And I stamped it out like he was holding the present. I colored that with the silver and gold colored pencils. And then I'm going back in right now with a black Jelly Roll, Sakura Gel Roll pen. No, I don't know if it's Sakura. I'll link it below. But it's like a gel glaze. And I'm covering that sentiment because I feel like the white was peeking through too much. Now I feel like this is where the fun happens on this card. All the extra embellishments. I'm using stickles in frosted lace. And I am covering the snow, a little bit of that snowman, the snow on top of the sign, and then the little tiny snowman off to the side. Just not fully, just like highlights of them. And then I'm going to take some white Nuvo crystal drops, and I am going to cover up his hat. Now when this dried, it did crack a little bit. So on the second card, what I did was, when I put it down, I didn't try to smooth it out so much. I kind of tapped it or dabbed it onto the hat, and so I'm hoping that that makes it less tempted to crack on me. And then lastly, on this card, I took some gold and silver stickles and I covered up that present. So this card, just like the one I'm going to show you in the stills, there's the embellishments really just make that front 1-layer card pop off the page. So yes, so that'll do it for this card, this project here with the Neat and Tangled Snow Fun. Here's a close-up of the second card that I did. Changed up the scarf color and added a snowflake to his hand as if he's handing that to the little birdie instead of the present. And then I pretty much used the same kind of embellishments on the top of the card. So thank you so much for stopping by for crafting with us. You can find these products over at the Kraftgali shop. Don't forget to head over there and click subscribe so you don't miss anything from us. Also, everything will be linked below, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.